almost feels quite strange as I sit down and think of you, as I intend to write this love letter, a letter to my beloved. I mean, it has been ages since I last did this. Last was in my second year back in high school. I can still remember the tingles that played across my tummy back then. I still remember her round, big eyes in my mind as I started jotting it. I even imagined how proud she would be as she bragged about my rugged but oh so sexy handwriting. The envy in her girlfriend's eyes, all green and moist from flowing jealousy. The scent that would fill her nose and entire cubicle from the spray of masculine perfume I had sprinkled along the lines of that same letter, hoping it did not smudge my ink writings with its wetness. So even as I set myself on this table and think of those beautiful, memorable days, I am a bit lost. Yes, I know she responded to that letter then and returned the favor with a spray of petal fresh perfume sprinkles. I must admit that it felt good hearing my name called in the evening prefect's assembly for the first time to pick up my letter. Yet still it almost felt strange, though it felt heroic at the same time. I mean, after 2 years in high school without any sweetheart letters flowing, you could as well be labeled timid. But hey, I was one to be patted on the shoulders for creating a response from a lady this particular evening. Yet, this glory was to be short-lived, as this played as one of the only 3 letters I was to receive from another school, let alone a girls' school. Reason was, I had found a calling. I was to be an altar or chapel boy for that matter, and as such, these kind of interactions would not help my now elevated position. It was more of a distraction, in my opinion. Well, at least not a calling I would ever regret at any point in my life. But yet, if I ain't wrong, along with my decision, I must have hurt someone's daughters. Still, looking at it now, I am glad it happened so, as truth be told, life has taught me much since then, and of more value is that there was no much love between a little second-year lad and lass in high school, but much lust and uncharted desires. One, best taught by maturity rather than the waves and throes of adolescence. Now growing older have I learnt much, and even as I pick this pen to write you this love letter, do I realize that this is one of the many lessons I have so learnt through the sketches of love. My friend, Dave that is, he called me Doc to mean love doctor. What an irony it is that I was never to be a doctor, but you instead are the real doctor. And though you wrecked my heart in pieces back then, your love for children still covers all that multitude of pain you left my heart and whole being in. And so today as I write this letter, not knowing whether to start with, hello my heart, or hello my beloved, or better still, whether to splash a sprinkle of spring petal freshness upon the starting phrases of this long overdue letter, I write still from the depth and sincerity of my previous brokenness. So, I do not write to ridicule you or even pour out a river of abuse or tantrums for that matter. I, however, write to sincerely thank you, to thank you for everything that you are and even all that you aren't. So before I begin, blessed days and pleasant nights. Welcome, but please subscribe for the next portion of this letter. Paper, the sketches of life.